Hi, I'm Brittany Frompovich, and you are watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. Coming to you today from the 2016 Summer NAMM Show, Nashville, Tennessee, with our special guest, Brittany Frompovich. How are you, Brittany?
Hi, how are you, John?
I'm great, thank you. You know, I have known of you for a long time. There's always a buzz about you. There's always an event. There's always something cool that you're doing, and I'm very happy and honored to meet you in person for the first time. So, hello.
Honored to be here. Thank you.
Let's tell the people who you are and why you're so cool, because everybody knows that you are. But you are originally from Philly, but I always think of you as being from Virginia. Tell me briefly about your musical upbringing and how you became a bass player.
Actually, I was a guitar player first, and hit college and decided to take up upright bass, and went through. Got my degree in double bass. I had a hand.
What school was that?
Bloomsburg University. In central Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, really exotic music school, let me tell you, but good school. I had a hand injury shortly after college, and I ended up getting a 4-string, defretted it.
Electric, obviously.
Yeah, a 4-string electric bass. Defretted it, played fretless for a while, and then went to 6-string.
Let's back up a little bit. You were a guitar player, and then you saw the light and came down to the dark side. Was there something that inspired you to switch over to bass?
Putting the bow to I had an opportunity to try one, and
wow.
Yeah, and the orchestra clearly actually needed double basses. It's a common thing that happens in most orchestras. So I put a bow to one, tried it, and was kind of hooked.
French bow or German bow?
They started me on French, and then I switched to German.
All right. I like German bow. Well, so once you discovered the bass and how cool it is, upright and or electric, who were some of your influences? Did you have any bass heroes? Was there anybody that you really liked and admired?
Long list. Edgar Meyer, definitely early on, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, actually the opportunity to interview him, that had a huge influence on me. Going on the electric bass, John Paul Jones, gosh golly.
I wonder if Edgar Meyer and John Paul Jones have ever heard of each other.
Probably sure they have. Over time, Victor Wooten, Adam Nitti, Brian Beller, Michael Dimon, huge influence, Michael Manring. So. Okay,
yeah. Well, I've interviewed most of those people actually. Well, tell me about your. Can I call it a cause, or can I know you do a lot of teaching, and I know that you do something that I've always found very inspiring. I know it's some kind of teaching program that you have. Tell me about that.
Okay. I'm a regular. Most people are studio instructors. They do private lessons. You need to have more outside the classroom to keep the students engaged. So I tend to do a lot of add-on programs. One of them is a rock orchestra. Work with NS Designs on, they help sponsor this orchestra. Basically the kids come in, and it's actually intergenerational. We do have adults too.
I was going to say, when you say kids, how old are we talking?
Yeah, I was about to say it's kids of all ages. So I don't mean to demean my students by saying that. But yeah, it's kids of all ages. We have adults. And it's kind of to take their music education a step further. We do, for classical musicians, they don't often get a lot of improvisation, things like that. They don't get a lot of real world gigging skills, even as simple as setting up a PA system and how to manage cables and packing and booking gigs. So this is kind of the next step. They interact with electric instruments. They're encouraged to learn how to improvise, how to handle themselves on a gig. Some of them are writing music for the group now.
Is this all called something? This is all part of your rock orchestra?
Yeah, this is the Double Koru Rock Orchestra.
Say it again?
The Double Koru Rock Orchestra.
Double what?
Koru.
Okay.
It's a Maori symbol.
What symbol?
Maori.
Okay. We are learning so much.
I picked it because the symbol, if I remember correctly in the translation, is a nod towards tradition and the nod towards the future.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, and you get people, especially the adults, I guess, that start coming and then come back and keep coming back and stay
Yeah.
with it for a long time?
Yeah, I've got people who have been with it for a long time now. So it's actually started in a local music camp, Rappahannock Summer Music Camp. They attract about 130 students a year. I threw it out there, something to try, and I walked into a classroom with 30 kids who just were dying to do this, and it's kind of now going year round.
It's great that you recognized the need for that, and that they recognized that they needed to learn the practical, real-world stuff. You mentioned NS Design. Tell me about. I know you play one of their uprights, the NS5, the CR5,
CR5,
and I think
yeah.
you also play the Radius bass,
I
right?
have a Radius bass,
Tell me about NS Design. I know they make great stuff, but tell me why you like them. What do you like about the basses they make?
I got my instrument locally at Chuck Levin's many years ago, probably like 10 plus years ago. And I just went around and I tried many other basses from other makers. It just hands down had a great feel and a great sound. It kicked ass. It was a great instrument.
Well, there you go. I can't even ask you for anything beyond that. I think that sums it up. NS Design kicks ass. You heard it here. What about the future, Brittany? What else would you like to do that you haven't already accomplished? You're so young. You have a lot of energy. You have a lot to give. What's percolating up there that you'd like to launch?
All kinds of stuff. Right now, we're getting ready for the 10th anniversary of the Lodo Bass Bash out in Denver, Colorado. That's going to be next month. Also, one of our local filmmakers is doing a documentary about me. So, yeah, I know, right? That's what I do.
Talk
too.
to me about that.
We're just basically doing a film kind of about my backstory, how I got to be who I am, a little bit about my history, and some of the projects I've worked on, and, it kind of will end a little bit like the questions you're asking me now. What's in the future? What's coming up?
When and where will we all be able to watch said documentary?
Don't know yet. We're still shooting footage for it. It's a work in progress, and we're editing it. Lots of discussion, a lot of video footage going back and forth. I'm spending a lot of late evenings editing video myself as well. So it's definitely a work in progress.
Well, you definitely just opened it up for a follow-up interview because we want to hear more about it as it unfolds and as it develops. And I think it's great that you are getting that kind of recognition you deserve. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Last question, Brittany. What would you be if you weren't a bass player? And you can't say a guitar player. Something outside of music.
What would I be? Probably a scientist or a marine biologist or something of that ilk, or someone who works with their hands like a craftsperson.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I get some
Maybe a guitar builder or something.
guitar builder. I guess that's.
Something like that. Okay. Oh, it's borderline. I know.
Yeah, you should hear some of the answers I get to that question. Well, keep doing what you're doing. I think it's great. It's very admirable that you're sharing all that knowledge and that wealth because it's needed so badly, and I'm sure that the participants and the students must find it very satisfying and fulfilling and rewarding. So, on behalf of everyone everywhere, thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, Brittany Frompovich, much luck, continued success. I wish you well. From the 2016 Summer NAMM Show, Nashville, Tennessee, with our good friend Brittany Frompovich, kind of a new friend, but a good friend, I think. I'm John Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.